Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Cam Jennings, aka Cam Fats, coming at you on behalf of EpicConversions.com. Hope you guys are doing amazing out there on this fine Sunday evening. Before I even get started with this, actually, you know what? Let me just say this. I have a question for you. Feel free to answer it at any time. Are the unexceptional being rewarded? Are the unexceptional being rewarded, while those that are exceptional, those that are doing amazing things, not being rewarded? That's the question. Are the unexceptional being rewarded? Have you found that in life, in internet marketing, or just in life in general? Are the unexceptional out there being rewarded, while those that might be more deserving, I guess you could say that word, are going unrewarded? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Let me know in the comment section, wherever you're watching this video. I want to make a case for this for you in 5 points. We're going to make a case tonight in 5 points. All right. Now, before I get into this hot and heavy, I just want to remind everybody I am launching a product in about 3 hours at 1 a.m. Eastern Time. This is an official PLR release. It's called Newsletters on Substack. If you picked up my Fat Stacks product last month that was all about, Substack, then I think you'll really get a lot out of this product because it's PLR, it's unbranded. I recorded all these videos completely unbranded, and it's all about the subject of Substack and how to get started on Substack, how to do well on Substack, how to succeed on Substack. It's a very cool product. It's a nice little training product, and it's, like I said, it's a brand. It's unbranded. It's PLR. Pretty cool. That's in about 3 hours. All right. I have a goal of 100 units on this product, man. I'd love for all you guys to help me reach that goal of 100 units. It's a humble goal. A small goal of 100 units is what I like to push on that one. It's my first official, I think. Well, Guru in the Box was a PLR release, but this is a different kind of thing because I created a sales page for the customers. I created a VSL for the customers, an email promotional campaign for the customers. It's kind of like a whole biz in the box kind of thing. It kind of feels like my first real PLR release. So anyways, got a humble goal, a modest goal of 100 units, and I'd love for you guys to help me reach that goal. So if you are looking for that kind of thing, just hit me up and I can get you a link to it. If you want to promote that kind of thing, hit me up and I can get you affiliate details on it. But now I want to be done pitching this kind of stuff. I want to get into this topic, right? Are the unexceptional being rewarded? Good evening, Cam. Good luck with the launch tonight. Thank you, man. Now I think this is Danny. Danny, tell me if this is you, man. Anyways, thank you. I appreciate that. Are the unexceptional being rewarded? I want to talk about this in 5. I got 5 points on this. Let me see if I can sway your opinion one way or the other in 5 points. All right. Point 1, the Billboard Top 100. I was looking at the Billboard Top 100 earlier this evening, and if you don't know what that is, the Billboard Top 100, let me give you a definition. What the Billboard Hot 100 is the music industry standard record chart in the United States for songs published weekly by Billboard magazine. Chart rankings are based on sales, physical and digital, radio play, and online streaming in the United States. So I thought it would be interesting if, my wife and I, we just kind of listened. Oh, hey, Gary. What's up, man? Big Gary Pettit in the house. What's going on, man? I thought it would be interesting if, really interesting is if my wife and I, we'd sit down, and I'll get into why we did this in a minute. We had a reason for this. But we sat down and we just kind of listened to the top 10 of this top 100, like the first 10 or 15 seconds of the top 10 of the Hot 100, right? My goal was to see if I recognized any of these songs, if I even recognized any of them. I'll get into why we were going to do this in a second, but that's what we did. And I think I recognized maybe 2 of the 10 songs, like maybe 2 I recognized of the 10 songs. And like one thing that struck me as interesting though with the 10 songs I listened to from the top 100 were that they all sounded very, very similar. They were just very, very similar, auto-tuned vocals, kind of like R&B, hip hop type drums, um, kind of like auto-tuned vocals, hip hop, R&B drums, very subdued music, very just like kind of monotony vocals when they weren't like R&B in the vocals out, like just like kind of like soulful vocals sometimes, but mostly just kind of like the verses were very, very just monotone. This is unexceptional to me. Like after about the third or fourth song, I was like, these all kind of sound the same. It's all the same crap. And it's like, wow, very unexceptional. And that's how I started thinking about it. Like, wow, that's what it takes. I mean, man, I can do auto-tune vocals. I mean, what in the world? Anybody can sing with an auto-tune. And it's just like, okay, whatever. I mean, I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm not trying to be an old guy. But I mean, if we just look at it from the standpoint of like skill or talent, like it doesn't take a whole lot of skill or talent to do that. I mean, it's the music's very just unexceptional is the best word I can use to describe it. The music is unexceptional. I'm sorry, the music's unexceptional. The reason we were doing this, now this is going to take me into point number 2. But let me just say this. The music was unexceptional. And you know what else was unexceptional? The lyrical content was unexceptional. The lyrical content in these songs were so unexceptional. I mean, it was just like, I mean, I'm all for having a good time. I get having a good time, but I mean, it was just so unexceptional. I don't even know what to say about it. I don't even know what to say. I mean, there's a lot I could say, but you guys aren't going to hear about it. By the way, this is all going to tie back into internet marketing. By the way, guys, I promise you, I will swing this back around to internet marketing. I'm not trying to waste your time on Billboard Top 100s. I'm making a point here. All right, that's point 1. Billboard Top 100. Listening to the top 10, extremely unexceptional. Lyrically unexceptional. Musically unexceptional. Just unbelievably mediocre, right? And it's like, wow, those are the top 10. And we look at this. Those are the top 10 based on sales, physical and digital, radio play, and online streaming. Those are the top 10. Extremely unexceptional. Okay, that takes me into point 2. I've been looking into this reaction video thing. Point 2, reaction videos. I've been looking into this reaction video thing because I'm thinking in my mind like, man, I could do like a reaction video. Maybe I should do like a reaction video channel because I have a lot of opinions on some of this music I've been listening to lately. Like, first of all, I go to the Billboard Top 100. I don't recognize 8 of the top 10 songs, which tells me like popular music has shifted massively since I was like really following popular music. It's shifted a lot. I'll be the first to admit popular music has shifted a lot since I was like really up to date on popular music. So I've been noticing on YouTube, there's a lot of these reaction videos, man. These are really popular. People are doing reaction videos. They're getting like thousands of views, right? I'm thinking, man, I could do that. I don't know any of these songs that are popular today. So I'm like studying some of these reaction videos, and I'm starting to notice something. There's old guys like me, like my age, or like basically it's stereotypes, right? It's people who you have already stereotyped into something. Like you already see them in a certain way. Like someone might look at me and see like grumpy middle-aged white dude, like. And now I'm gonna react to music people wouldn't think I'd listen to. Right? Let me react to some like hardcore hip hop, like or like some R&B or something, right? Or these Billboard 100 songs that I was talking about. So like now I'm gonna react to that. That's like the stereotype, right? Take 2 things that don't go together and then put them together and like see what happens, right? Let's see what happens. Like that's the formula for these reaction videos. Like they'll take like young people and make them listen to like Metallica or something, and it'll be like that's the formula for success on reaction videos. And I was watching them, and I was starting to notice, like, first of all, it's extremely easy, right? You're making money. You're making money. You're getting thousands of views for what? For what? Just like putting a video down there that someone else spent a lot of time on, and you're just reacting to it. You're just giving your opinion. And like most of the time, these reactions are so dumb. Like, and they're so just like non-reactions. Like the reactions don't matter. And what I noticed was like dudes like my age, like, hey, look, man, there's a reason why someone my age hasn't really listened to like Justin Bieber, right? It's just like it's not my thing. You know what I mean? It's just not my thing. But it's like you watch these videos. Here's one thing I noticed is like there's no negative reactions. If you watch these reaction videos, there are no negative reactions. They're all positive. The video starts, the song starts instantly. You got this old white dude like, yeah, yeah. Wow. One Direction. How come I've never heard this before? Holy cow. This is amazing. It's so phony, man. It's so phony. It's like, what is this? This is nonsense. It's not even real. So like the reaction itself is a formula. Like you know what it's gonna be. Like you see a young girl reacting to like I saw a young girl reacting to a Typo Negative song earlier tonight, and she was like, okay, 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 I can get down with this. No, you can't. No, you can't. There's a reason why you haven't been into this. There's a reason why you don't like this. It's just phony. I mean, maybe sometimes people can get introduced to new things that they like, but man, it's just crazy. Like when you can predict the reaction. So what is it? It's a formula, and it's not even real. So it's a waste of time. It's unexceptional. That's what it is. These reaction videos, completely unexceptional, right? And I was thinking, yeah, I could do something like that. I could totally do reaction videos, but my reactions would be real. Like I'd be real. If I didn't like something, I would say, I don't like this. This is ridiculous and it's unexceptional. It's horrible. And I thought, wait a minute, I'm going to create another job for myself now. I'm just going to have something else I got to do every week. I don't even know if I want to do that. That's just like a waste of my time. And then I think, well, hey, maybe I could do reaction videos on internet marketing. Maybe I could do reaction videos on like internet marketing sales letters, right? I could react to that all day. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. That'd make a bunch of enemies. I'd burn a bunch more bridges. That wouldn't be fun. That'd be bad. So now I'm like kind of scrapping this idea of reaction videos. It's just like not my lane. You know what I mean? But again, Billboard Top 100, totally unexceptional. Reaction videos, completely unexceptional. Just a waste of time. And I was starting to wonder in my mind, like, do we as a society, we just reward the unexceptional now? I mean, why? Why do we do that? You know, these reaction videos have thousands and thousands of views, man. Thousands of views. It's unbelievable. All right, point 3. I saw my wife actually introduced me to this. She was telling me because this is I don't get a lot of news outside of IM. Like I'm engrossed in internet marketing. It seems like my wife is telling me the story though about this this guy. He did this video and it went viral and it was just him doing nothing for 2 hours. Now this is point 3. All right. Now, in case you're just now tuning in, what we're asking here, and I'd love to hear your opinion. Be sure to write your opinion down below. I want to hear what you have to say about this. But the question is, are the unexceptional being rewarded, while the people who really are exceptional, or 9 times out of 10, probably deserve to have some kind of credit or some kind of acknowledgement, they go unrewarded. They completely just go unrewarded. So this is point 3. All right. Point number 3. Man posts video. This was just this summer. Just the summer this happened. This didn't happen very long ago. Man posts video of himself doing nothing for 2 hours. Goes viral. Right? If you're looking for a quick and easy way to get hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube, start absently. Staring absently into camera might actually be a good idea. All right. At least that's what Indonesian YouTuber Muhammad did earlier this month, posting a 2-hour long clip of himself sitting on a couch doing nothing but staring into the camera. That's all he did for 2 hours. He stared into the camera. The video has since received nearly 1.5 million views and has inspired countless memes on Indonesia social media. In fact, ever since Didit's video went viral, other would-be internet celebrities have been busy imitating him, hoping to also copy his success. You can now find YouTube videos of people doing nothing for 4, 5, and even 8 hours at a time. Just doing nothing. They're just sitting there doing nothing. 4, 5, and 8 hours at a time. The 21-year-old overnight sensation said that he was inspired to record the video by requests from some of his viewers to post a positive educational video for a change. Here's what I don't understand. So you get requests from your viewers to post a positive educational video for a change, and your answer to that is doing nothing, just sitting there staring at the camera. 2 hours of nothing was all you could come up with. 2 hours of doing nothing. Yes, that is the title of my video this time. Didit wrote in his video's description. Okay, maybe I should share a little bit of why I made this video. It all started from the Indonesian society urging me lately to create content that educates the youth. Finally, with a heavy heart and reluctantly, I did. Boom. Thus, the creation of this video. But if we were to talk about its benefits, it all depends on you, the viewers, to filter. And that is my only advice. It's my only advice to all of you, and hope that you will be entertained and benefit from this video. Didit hopes you will be entertained and benefit from his video of doing nothing for 2 hours, staring at the camera. He hopes you'll be entertained and you'll benefit from it. Ever since his bizarre video went viral, Muhammad Didit has been busy giving interviews about his experience shooting the clip and his motivation. He told the Tribune News that he shot it between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. on a couch in his room. He prepared by eating and going to the bathroom beforehand to avoid unnecessary interruptions. He had to prepare. Right? Interestingly, the Indonesian YouTuber planned to do nothing for only 5 to 10 minutes. He only planned to do nothing for 5 to 10 minutes. But he reportedly got into character so well that he decided to roll with it for over 2 hours. He got into character. How do you have to get into character to sit around and do nothing? You're just sitting there staring at the camera. I just sit here and stare at the camera for 2.5 hours. Sit here and stare at the camera for 2.5 hours. I have to get into character for that? Okay? The world is mad. The world has gone mad. This is madness. His main concern during the recording was his parents calling for him, which he could only ignore for so long. Luckily, that never happened. And the video went viral, 1.5 million views, and a bunch of interviews later. And, you know, the guy's success. He's a success. All he had to do was sit and do nothing, stare at the screen. What about the Stevie Nicks cranberry juice skateboarder? He did pretty well when all said and done. LOL. Yeah, you're right. He did pretty good. He didn't do anything, did he? He rode his skateboard and sipped some cranberry juice, and he got a truck for that. I mean, it's great. I mean, I'm glad. I mean, I like that the video had a positive message, but at the same time, the dude gets a truck for that? It's crazy. And this is interesting because this leads into point 4. Okay, I'm glad you brought that up, Gary. I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, this leads into point 4. I saw someone post on social media the other day. They made this comment to someone else's post, and the comment was basically, I'm probably gonna paraphrase this because I don't remember exactly the quote, but it was basically they were saying we generally get what we deserve. Generally, we get what we deserve. Like what we put out there generally is going to come back to us. And I understand what they were saying. I get what they were saying because I do think that generally what we put out there comes back to us. There is some karma out there. But at the same time, like, do we generally get what we deserve? I don't think people get what they deserve generally. As a matter of fact, I think there's a lot of people out there who don't get what they deserve. I think there's a lot of people out there who get things they don't deserve. And then there's a lot of people who don't deserve things that are getting a lot of things. I mean, let's be real here, guys. Come on now. Now, I've known several people that have gotten cancer. They didn't deserve that. They were great people. They didn't deserve to get cancer. And I've known several people who just are SOBs that just live on forever. You know, I could go on and on about that one. But And it applies to other things too, right? It applies to money too. I mean, we'll get into another point 5 here in a minute, but I mean, do we generally get what we deserve? I don't think so. I don't even think what we deserve is a real thing. I don't even think deserve is real. I don't even think that's real. I really don't. I don't think it's real. Do we deserve this? Do we deserve that? I don't think that comes into play as far as like what happens to us in real life. I think, a matter of fact, my wife and I was talking about this. My wife and I have a lot of philosophical discussions, but my wife and I were talking about this the other night, and I was saying, I don't think that, because we were talking about how this idea that it seems like people can live really good lives, and it doesn't really seem like, it doesn't equal like if you live a good life, if you're a nice person, you're rewarded for that. It doesn't really seem like that. It seems like there's no rhyme or reason to it. You can live a really bad life and it appears like you're being very well rewarded. You can live a really good life and it seems like you're not rewarded at all. Bad things happen to you all the time. At least it feels that way. Maybe there's some correlation in the next life. Maybe like if you do really good things and live a really good life now, maybe after you die, you have to stand in front of some God or whatever. And I'm a Christian, so I believe you probably stand in front of at the pearly gates and hope you can get in, and they're going to judge how well you lived your life. But that happens after you die. In life, I don't think it matters, right? I don't think it matters like what you do and how you live. I don't know that it necessarily translates to like notches on your board of, hey, you're going to be rewarded for the things you do. I don't know. There's a lot to say that it doesn't matter. So I don't know. Sometimes it seems like there's no rhyme or reason to it. Sometimes you can do great things and good things happen. Sometimes you can do great things and a bunch of bad things happen. But he also got a bunch of cash and endorsements. He bought a wedding ring for his fiance, which is good, right? I'm glad he got all that money, and I'm glad that he got that truck and stuff like that. It's awesome to see stuff like that. But I mean, the video was unexceptional. If we look at like what that person did, it was like, how does that, like, it's not really about being deserving, is it? It's not really about being deserving. It's about right place, right time, right move. Right place, right time, right move. That kind of seems like what it's about, right? Which kind of brings me to point 5. All right. Before I get to point 5 here, let me just say he's on TV commercials also. Yeah, this guy's got tons of attention, man. This guy's got tons of attention. That's an example, right? Rewarding the unexceptional, right? Man, anybody can ride around on a skateboard jamming Stevie Nicks. I mean, no offense, but anybody can do that. Anybody can, ride around on a skateboard playing some Stevie Nicks and drinking some orange juice or cranberry juice. Anybody can do that. That's not exceptional. Because this cat was riding around on a skateboard, jamming Stevie Nicks and drinking cranberry juice. Now he gets TV commercials and, endorsements and like a new truck and stuff. Do you know how many people out there are working 2 jobs trying to feed their family and they can barely keep a vehicle on the road? This cat is just like sipping cranberry juice and blam, bam, bam. All of a sudden it just happens just like that. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's madness, right? Good example of the unexceptional being rewarded. Not to say, and now listen, don't get me twisted. I'm not saying that's a bad guy. I'm not saying it's not cool that he got that stuff. It's nice to see someone who doesn't have a lot, getting something for a change. That's actually a really cool thing. I love to see people who don't have a lot getting rewarded a little bit. But it's like a philosophical discussion, right? Like, are the unexceptional being rewarded? Like, why do these things happen to the unexceptional sometimes? Why do unexceptional things get put up on pedestals sometimes in our society? Like, why does that happen? It's really weird because, like, when you think about it, there's only so many pedestals, really. I mean, there's only so much attention. Attention is finite. So for every unexceptional thing that gets put up on a pedestal, there has to be several exceptional things that are not getting put up on a pedestal, right? There has to be several great things that are not getting that spotlight. Just like for every bad thing I see on the news, for every negative story the news spits at me, there must be like 3 like really good stories that did not get that spotlight because they felt like that negative thing would be more popular. It's interesting, right? So for every unexceptional thing that grabs everyone's attention and gets put on a pedestal, there's probably like 3 or 4 really exceptional things that are just getting screwed over. I got one more point, right? And I want to talk about with this point, I want to talk about like, is this idea of the unexceptional being put on a pedestal? Like, is this idea true in internet marketing as well? I want to kind of swing this back to internet marketing. Before I do, I just want to remind everybody I'm launching in about 3 hours at 1 a.m. Man, I'm going to be launching newsletters on Substack, right? This is a PLR release. It's going to be pretty sweet. It's going to be very, very low price for the first 4 days. And it's just going to be great. And if you picked up Fast Stacks a month ago from me, then I think you should definitely check this one out because it's pretty awesome. And it's got full PLR rights, so you can basically use it as an asset. It's pretty awesome. Anyways, let's talk about this. Is it true in the IM space? In internet marketing, do we also put the unexceptional up on a pedestal? And I'll be honest with you. Come on, guys. You don't need me to answer this question for you. You guys, you go ahead and put your opinions down below. But like, you don't need me to answer that question for you. You guys already know that the unexceptional is being put up on a pedestal in internet marketing. We put the unexceptional on pedestals all the time in internet marketing. Every time I look around, I see unexceptional everywhere I go. Like, I go to Warrior Plus, look at the top 10. I guarantee you 8 out of those 10 products are going to be unexceptional. Unexceptional. Those are the top 10 products of the day for money generated. Now, why the hell are they so unexceptional? If those ones are making the most money, why the hell are they so unexceptional? Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. We look at the number 1 product on ClickBank in any niche. Guaranteed in most of those spaces, you're going to find unexceptional things. And then you on the flip side of that, you could say, the crazy thing is, there's some really fantastic products that are buried. They're just buried. Matter of fact, man, I complained for like over a year in the official Warrior Plus Facebook group, and finally I got them to put in a top 11 through 25. Right, they finally put that in for me. I was so happy. They put that in, so now you can get the top 10. But if you go to the marketplace, you can get top 1 through 25. You can get the first 25 revenue generating products of the day. But do you know how many products are buried in the 11 through 25 spot? You know how many products are buried in the 11 through 25 spot? Like a ton of products that are like really fantastic, but they'll never make it to the top. And now listen, good marketers out there will hear this and they'll say, yeah, well, Cam, look, it takes more than just a good product to get to the top 10. It takes more than just a good product to be successful in that space. You know that. You've been to the top 10 plenty of times, and they were right. They are right. It does take more than just a good product to get to the top 10. It takes really good networking. It takes a list. It takes influence is what it takes. Okay. It takes influence to get to the top 10. It takes influence. Some people have it. Some people don't. Everybody wants it. Influence. But the question is, why do people use their influence to put certain products that are unexceptional in the top 10? Or why do people use their influence to create products that are unexceptional? Why not just create exceptional things? Why not just create things that matter? If you know you have influence to put your product and put other people's product in the top 10, why not create something exceptional? Why always create unexceptional things? Why am I going to the top 10 all the time and finding crap? What is the point of a piece of software that does nothing or almost nothing? Or it does something that like people can easily do without it, or they can go find some cloud-based site in like 5 seconds that does the exact same thing. Like, what's the point of that software? There's no point to that software. It's almost like you just want to put a piece of software out every single month just because, that's the thing you got to do to keep the ball rolling. But it's unexceptional. And again, here we are, a group of people using our influence to push unexceptional things up on this pedestal. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's outrageous. It's like the world has gone mad. Especially when you consider the fact that for every unexceptional thing that we put on a pedestal, we're probably keeping 3 exceptional things buried, you know? Like, how does that make you guys feel? That for every unexceptional product that we rise to the top, that we push to the top as marketers, for every unexceptional piece of crap that gets pushed to the top, there is a deserving, exceptional product that has been buried, that nobody will ever see, nobody will ever know anything about, and it's just been buried, right? What is the reason? Has nothing to do with it deserves it, right? Because deserving doesn't come into it. Doesn't matter what it deserves. Deserve is irrelevant when it comes to what succeeds and what doesn't succeed on a financial level, right? So it's interesting. That's my 5th point. I have a takeaway for you guys, okay? I have a takeaway for you on this, okay? I got 2 things I want to say about this. All right, number 1, I wrote this down, all right? Look, money matters, you guys, okay? But the journey matters more, all right? The journey matters more than the money, okay? So to me, the trick is like to make the money secondary to the journey, because money does matter, right? I heard a guy just the other day saying money is worthless. Money's not worthless. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. Like, how can money be worthless if you need it to pay your bills? You know, you can think money's worthless, but you know, the bank that you pay a mortgage to don't think money's worthless. You're still going to owe them your mortgage. You're still going to owe the electric company. You're still going to owe the heat company. You know, good luck putting groceries in your refrigerator if money's worthless. The grocery store don't think money's worthless. I go to the grocery store once a week, spend a couple $100 every single week going to the grocery store. Nobody there thinks money's worthless. Hell, the homeless guy down the road doesn't think money's worthless. I saw a homeless guy digging through the trash can at McDonald's the other day. Gave him my food. Good luck, brother. You know, that was a couple months back, but like the point is, he didn't think money was worthless. This is the stupidest thing in the world to think money is worthless, right? If our whole society is built on this idea of we use money to buy things and that's the only way we can survive, I guess maybe if you go live in the woods off the grid and you build a hut or something and you don't use money, then I guess money's worthless. If you can find a place to live, right? You got to buy some land, don't you? Or where are you going to live? You're going to go to some public land that's not owned by anybody and you can just live there for free or something? I don't know. Good luck. Good luck. I don't know. In my world, it seems like money does matter. Money does matter quite a bit. But I think to me that the trick is to put your journey, to make the journey matter more, right? And then make money secondary. So what I mean is do something you love to do, right? Do something you love to do. But then like find a way to work money into it. You know what I mean? While doing something you want to do. I think that's the trick. And I think that's the takeaway, because there's always going to be this idea that the unexceptional is put on a pedestal, while many times the exceptional is kept down. But if you're doing something you love, it's not going to bother you as much, right? And if you're doing something you love, eventually, maybe you will be put on a pedestal. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe if you're doing something you love, it doesn't matter. I've kind of made a career. I put it out of putting money secondary and putting like this journey that I'm on like primary. And money does matter, but like I can't make money being miserable. Like I did that when I worked for other people. So I don't want to do that when I'm working for myself. You know what I mean? If I want to be miserable while I'm working, I might as well just go work for somebody else. You know, I mean, like, I don't have to think as much, you know. I'll just go work for somebody else and do, you know, I don't have to think as much. I just go and do it, you know. But yeah, that'll be a good business. Digging for the good products that don't see the light of day on Warrior Plus and making reviews or informing people list about them. Yeah, it's a good idea. I've done that several times too, Gary. I've actually done that several times. I've pulled products up that are kind of being buried, and they weren't really on a lot of radar. I like promoting those under the radar products. But I think it's good to promote under the radar products. The positive about promoting under the radar products. Now I have a second takeaway for you guys. But let me just comment on what Gary was saying. I the good thing about promoting under the radar products is you don't have a lot of competition. Okay, you don't have a lot of competition. The bad part about promoting under the radar products is there's a reason why they're under the radar, you guys. There's a reason why. There's usually a reason why they are under the radar. All right, and they could be like exceptional products, but there's something else going on with that product. There's a reason why it's not performing. And many times it could be a few different things. Sometimes it's the sales page. A lot of times it's a lack of influence. They don't have a lot of influence. But a lot of uh, there's a couple things that keep me away from an under the radar product. I love exceptional under the radar products. But what I don't love is products with bad sales funnels, right? I need to be able to win when I promote an affiliate product, okay? Don't put a product out there on the market that's like $10 and like there's no sales funnel in place. How am I going to make money, dude? Seriously. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, it could be the best product in the world. It could be an exceptional product. But if you don't know your craft enough to put a sales funnel in place so that the affiliates can win, I can't do nothing for you on that. So that's an example of an exceptional product that's going to be buried because they're not paying attention to that other little aspect of it. So yeah, there's more than just, there's more to like being successful with products than just having an exceptional product. But I do think, like, philosophically, it sucks that like exceptional things get buried while unexceptional things get like catapulted. I do think it's a little bit annoying. I'm sure the product creators would appreciate it also. Yeah, yeah, they would. They would definitely appreciate that. There's no doubt about that. Like, listen, if you're a product creator out there and you're watching this, like, I implore you, you know, if you create an exceptional product, you're going to get my attention for sure. I can't speak for other, marketers. You will get my attention with an exceptional product. But I can promise you, if you don't have a good sales funnel in place, I'm going to pass on it. Like, you need to like look at what's working with other sales funnels and try to like model after that a little bit. Because, as much as I want to help new people, as much as I want to help people that are coming up, like at the same time, like, I still run a business, man. I got to make money. I mean, I can't just like promote your stuff and, throw a bunch of leads at you and not make any money. It doesn't make any sense. It's ridiculous. If everybody did that for you, then you'd never learn anything. You'd just be like, yeah, it's easy. you know, it's nonsense. There's got to be a triple win, right? With this kind of a relationship, like the affiliates need to win, the vendor needs to win, and the customers need to win. There's got to be the triple win. So what I would say to new vendors is I would say seek the triple win at all times. Seek the triple win. Okay, so we've been talking about, if you're just now tuning in, guys, we've been talking about like this idea of like, are the unexceptional being rewarded while the exceptional are being like unrewarded? They're just being buried. How many of you guys out there feel like you've done something exceptional, or you've created a product that was exceptional and it didn't get the light that it deserved? You didn't get the credit you deserve for it. It didn't do as well as you thought it would, whatever. I think we've all been there. We've all been there, right? We do that as a society, though. I notice as a society in internet marketing and just in society in general, we put the unexceptional on a pedestal all the time. We do it all the time. Look, here's my second takeaway. All right. If money and attention are your goal, like the first takeaway that I had was money matters, but like your journey matters more, right? So make money secondary. It does matter. Make it matter. But like always have a path to the money, right? But follow your journey. Follow your heart. The journey matters. Like, right, that is the thing. I guarantee you guys that is the thing, because as soon as you accomplish your goal, man, you're going to have another goal, right? That's the way it works. That's like kind of the way of the entrepreneur. Like, we're always going to have another goal. Usually, like when we see that it's like evident we're going to reach our goal, usually we always have another goal. It's boom. So it's not really the goal ultimately, right? It's the journey. It feels like it's the goal, but it's always the journey, man. It's always the journey. So the journey matters the most, but at the same time, follow your heart, be on your journey, but always have a path to the money. There always has to be a path to the money. Respect the money, right? So always have that secondary goal of the money. My second thing that I wanted to take away from this idea was this. If money and attention are your goal, like if that is your goal, right, then what I would tell you is this: understand that, it's not about how hard you work, right? It's not about what you deserve. If money and attention are your goal, I want you to understand it's not about how hard you work. It's not about what you deserve or what you think you deserve. What you deserve has nothing to do with it. How hard you work has nothing to do with it. Sometimes you can be really smart and you can work hard and smart and you still won't get it. So, like, it's not about that. It's always about something else. There's always something else going on. I don't even think it's bad to have a little luck. I'll take a little luck any day. Personally, I'll take a little luck any day. Now, somebody was talking about that guy with the cranberry juice, right? That was like, just like right place, right time, right move, right? And the reason he got the cash and he got the truck and he got the commercials and all that stuff is because he was being exploited, right? He garnered all that attention, and Cranberry Juice Company wanted to exploit that attention, right? They wanted to latch onto that attention. Boom. So that's what they did. They latched onto the attention. He was being exploited, right? So that was what was behind that. Now he benefited from it. It was a win-win-win, right? Everybody got a cool little video clip that they all thought was cool for like 5 seconds, and then they moved on. He got a bunch of free stuff, and the Cranberry Juice Company got like free advertising, right? They got free. Everyone wins. There was a triple win there. But as far as like, why did that unexceptional thing happen to him? I mean, it was simply a company exploiting him. That's it. So that had nothing to do with how hard he worked. It had nothing to do with, it had nothing to do with how smart he worked or how hard he worked. So that's what I would say, right? Like if your goal is money and attention, then just understand that it's not going to be about how hard you work or how smart you work. It's about something else. So I would study those something else's. That's what I would do. I would study those something else's, because it's always something else when it comes to this kind of stuff. It's always something else. Like I was doing research for a video last year about this guy who was like selling little pieces of land on the moon, and he became a millionaire. He became a millionaire selling little pieces of land on the moon. He even sold a few pieces to the presidents and stuff. It was crazy. You guys have to look that story up. It's pretty interesting. But again, that's not about how smart he was, really. I mean, or how hard he worked. I mean, it was, I don't know. I mean, it was just it was a novel thing. You know what I mean? But it wasn't like exceptional as far as his talent or skill or his work ethic or anything. It was just this novelty thing, I don't know, man. It's really interesting. I'm sure the product creators would appreciate also. Okay, we talked about that. Okay, cool. Yeah, man. So when it comes to, are the exceptional being rewarded? Of course they are. Of course they are. The unexceptional are being rewarded all the time. That's not going to stop. It's been like that for a long time. It's going to continue to be like that. I think you need to make the journey the thing, with a path to the money in place always. And I think, if money and attention are your goal, then you need to look at something besides just working hard and working smart, because it's generally something else. So Anyways, I hope this has been helpful to you guys. I don't know, it's been a bit of a rant, but that's what was on my mind tonight. Again, before I get off here, guys, I'm launching at 1 a.m. Newsletters on Substack. Hit me up if you need a link to that. And guys, as always, honor and a pleasure hanging out with you guys. Thanks so much hanging out with me. I feel blessed, especially in 2020. 2020, here we are in the middle of this pandemic, and I feel blessed that I can still be here healthy, talking to you guys, having these conversations. It's fantastic. Give me a shout out. Give me a thumbs up. You guys are awesome. Stay awesome. I'll see you guys. Peace.